Hi guys, welcome back to my FFBE videos guide. Now I'm gonna review Ibara. So let's start on how to use her on normal form. So on the normal form, I assume you already make her into X plus 2 or X plus 3, okay? I can say that wow, this time she becomes good because she gets plus 100% chain modifier cap. On this form, she is true double hand mage. So this plus 100% chain modifier cap is really important. That way, with one Savior of Soul Lightning STMR, she finally reached the maximum. Okay, so with additional human and fairy killer, now she has 100% human and fairy killers for magic, of course. And I can say maybe that's not huge or anything, but still quite nice, I must say. And yes, she also got the boost for Arashi, Unforgiving Bolt, and Inazuma. The damage, you can see it on the screen. I can say that wow, she is really good because yes, she is a quad caster. One of her weakness is you need to use a setup ability to activate her quad cast. But again, after you activate her quad cast, you can deal like 704 times damage per turn. And I can say, wow, it is huge. And maybe the downside, okay, actually I'm not sure about the downside, but on the past, if it is AoE attack, the attack stop when the enemies die, okay? I'm not sure whether it is still like that at this moment or not, okay? Because yeah, from what I do on Dark Vision, I usually use finisher, not this Chaos Wave or AoE attack, so I'm not sure about that. But if that's the case, maybe this is one of her weakness, okay? Because the attack will stop, but if the attacks are not stopped, then I can say 704 times are huge, okay? Probably one of the best damage modifier from normal abilities you can spam within one turn. And like you can see that the rotation on her normal form is also pretty easy. On the first turn, you use Debilitating Allure. This will activate your quad cast. After that, use your Inazuma and Unforgiving Bolt. So this is gonna increase like your human and fairy killer and magic stats. So like I said, upturn. After that, on the second turn, you simply need to spam Arashi. Okay. After that, wait for Debilitating Allure to refresh your quad cast duration. And yes, she also get preemptive buff. She gets like increased dark and lightning damage, which gonna benefit your Arashi. Okay, so yes, I can say this is really simple and easy to use character. What about her limit burst? I can say you don't need to worry her limit burst on normal form, because even after you get, let's say you reach 600% limit burst damage boost through buff and passive, you still only deal like 700 times damage, which means your Arashi is still better. Okay, the second reason is this is 10 hits attack, so unless you're able to cap all those hits, I can say it's not that great. Okay, I think if you want to use her limit burst, then use it for her Brave Shift form. But yes, for normal form, I think she is lightning magic focus mage. Okay, so that's all for the normal form. Let's talk about the Brave Shift. So for Brave Shift forms, she becomes true dual wield mage, and there are no significant change on her stats here, okay? Unlike the normal form, she doesn't get additional chain modifier cap, but of course, because she is true dual wield. And yes, she only gets 150% true dual wield, but that's not a problem at all, because if you equip her STMR, which you should have because you make her into X plus 2, then you're gonna have maximum true dual wield, okay? So that's good. And she gets better human and fairy killer, 150%, so that's a good thing. The things you need to pay attention on this form is this form only lasts for 5 turns, so you want to make the best of it. And I can say that her Chaos Wave Awaken Chain and Koku, it is powerful, but her Brave Shift is the real gold for this form, because like you can see that it deals 250 times base damage and more if you are in the class of wheels. Okay, it can deal like 1000 damage, which is insane, but of course you need to have maximum morale, and yes, it's very hard to achieve. And yes, the main problem with this is she rely on limit burst, right? But she has low self limit burst damage boost buff, only 100%, but the good thing is yes, it is preemptive. Okay, you don't need to cast it. 100%, small but easy to get, and her passive is only 150%, so totally she gets 250% limit burst damage boost. So with that minimum number, she deals 875 times dark damage. It is only 2 hits, so I can say it is really good finisher, unlike post super limit burst. Okay, really nice. And yes, this is the minimum. Okay, if you give her, let's say, like limit burst damage ability, which increase her limit burst damage passive further, and you pair her with, let's say, Roka, Irit, basically LB damage buffer, then she can deal more damage. So let's say you get 300% passive and 250% limit burst damage buff. So she can deal like 1375 times damage, which is very powerful. And yes, that's how you use this Ibara. And yes, her Chaos Wave Awaken, it is still good. Okay, she can deal like 616 times damage within 1 turn. So this is the attack you are gonna use when you still need to gather your limit burst. Okay, remember that another weakness is she cannot fill her limit burst gauge to full. Okay, so once you use limit burst on the Brave Shift form, you need to gather it again. You don't have any ability to fill it up. So that's why you need to have something like support or faster limit burst fill rate. So another thing to consider is make sure you have full limit burst before you transform into Brave Shift. That way you don't waste a turn on Brave Shift form to gather her limit burst. Okay, remember, only 5 turns. Use it to the fullest. Okay, so that's how you use Ibara on Brave Shift form. Now let's compare her to other mages. So the first character I want to compare her with is Pose. So let you know that we just recently get Pose, and she is super limit burst character, and that way you already know what Ibara does better than her. Okay, of course, because Ibara is not SLB, she can immediately deal her maximum damage using her Brave Shift limit burst, and it is huge advantage. She doesn't need to wait for 3 to 5 turns to unleash powerful attack. And her normal abilities, Ibara, she has better damage modifier. Like you know that post damage modifier is only like 110, so Ibara does better damage modifier. And because Ibara limit burst only 2 hits attack, that means, wow, it is easier to cap. If you calculate based on the raw damage modifier, of course, Pose is the winner, especially on non-class of will contents, because Pose deal 300 times while Ibara only 250 times. But again, are you able to cap all those hits from Pose? I guess no, right? That means Ibara in the end gonna deal better damage. But there is another problem, okay? Sure, Ibara limit burst gonna be better if you can cap it, but another problem is the magic stats. On X+3, based on the equipment which focus on limit burst damage, Pose can get like 6,600 magic, pretty high. But for Ibara, even on X+3, she already get like 600 magic boost. She only get like 5.7, 5.8k magic. So that's near 1000 points different. Okay, only 800 difference, but still it's quite big. So this is where Ibara kind of lack. Okay, damage modifier great. The problem is on her magic stats. So that's for Pose. What about Igni? So I can say that Igni is simply better. Okay, in terms of finisher, of course, Ibara is superior because of that kaboom 2 hits attack. Igni is not finisher. But remember that Igni Chaos Wave Awaken is also insane because he can deal like 800 times easily. And remember, Igni is permanent quad cast chainer. And actually, he is not quadcaster. He is actually pentacaster. That already put Ibara into shame. Okay? And the best part about Igni is his Chaos Wave Awaken is flexible. Okay, this is something that really great. So actually, after making this review, if you already have Igni, I can say this, okay? It is not because I'm salty. You have seen my pull video. I have wasted my lapis. But after making this video, I think that if you already have Igni, you really don't need to force yourself to get Ibara. Because, yes, the damage modifier for Igni is better. The magic stats for Igni is also better. It is not extreme case like Pose versus Ibara. But still, Igni magic is still better, magic stats, based on the FFBE equip. Okay, so actually it is... No, actually Ibara is better after get that 600 magic, but it only minor. So yes, I can say Igni is better. Okay, so I think that's all you need to know about comparison. My conclusion for Ibara. Ibara is really powerful dark magic finisher on her X+3, and yes, I can say that she can compete on today meta. On normal form, she is still great lightning mage for chainer, but the main weapon is her Brave Shift Limit Burst, same like the last year. Okay, and you don't need to worry, oh, Ibara is last year unit. As long as you're able to make her into X+3, I can say that she is really okay in today's standard. Maybe not the best, but definitely top 3 or top 5 for mages. That's all I want to say. And remember, she is also powerful on Class of Wheels. So that's another plus. Okay, so yes, you may argue, but she is expensive. Oh, no, not that expensive, especially if you already have her from last year. Because on this year, you can easily make her into X+2. You can watch my pull video, okay, on how to optimize to make her into X+2, okay, easily make her into X+2. So there is no big problem here. And yes, another thing I like is she is very simple to set up and use. And sure, she doesn't have ability to fill her limit burst, but yes, she only requires 36 limit burst. So I can say with good faster limit burst fill rate buff, she can almost always spam her limit burst every turn. Actually, I'm not sure about that, but with faster LB fill rate, it's probably possible. Okay, and yes, for X+3, it's... yeah, I have said she is kind of cheap, but also expensive at the same time because, yes, I said she is easy, but again, yeah, I hope you get what I mean, okay? X+3 is not that easy task. Okay, so there you go for Ibara. For the Trust Mastery and STMR, I can say there are nothing special about her. It's okay if you miss these items. Magic 60% is good without restricted to any weapon, but side effect 5% MP, definitely not gonna hurt, but not the best ability you can get for your mage. For the weapon, it's kind of niche, throwing weapon with high magic. Okay, it's probably only usable for herself. Same for the vision card. Okay, so the reason for you to pull Ibara is only for the damage dealing capabilities. Okay, but again, like I said, if you already have Igni, then yes, I don't see the need for you to pull for Ibara. Okay, so it's my mistake, but I'm not regretting my decision because, wow, I can say that Ibara CG animation is one of the best on this game in my opinion. Okay, it's really pretty, really nice, so I don't regret. Okay, no Ibara, I don't regret pulling you. In the end, I can give her maybe 9 to 9.5 out of 10. Okay, so yep, I think that's all you need to know. I will compare her with Oliveira on Oliveira video. Okay, so thank you very much for watching. Please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for more Final Fantasy Prep X videos. Bye bye guys!